Hey guys, it's Dylan. Thank you again for having the time to visit my video or to watch my video. Don't forget to subscribe or give a thumbs up if you find this video interesting. So this is just going to be a short video, and I noticed that I haven't made a video for more than a month now, because I was like busy with so many things, and I noticed that we have new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing. I'll keep this channel as updated as much as possible by uploading more videos in the future. But anyway, just some update. So I just came from vacation. So I went from well, not really vacation. So before the vacation in November, around October, late late September, then up to like mid October, then all the way to early November, I was in Belgrade, Serbia, giving some training there to some of our new level 1 staff. Then after that, I went on holidays, went to the Philippines, visited awesome sites and obviously family as well. Then and here's the truth about why I have not been posting. Normally I would post like every 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and to be honest with you, this is actually the third video that I tried shooting after the holiday, because trying to formulate what I should be saying. Okay, so as far as the CCIE lab attempt goes, sorry if I keep on looking at my screens because people are chatting with me. Something happened. Okay, so while I was on vacation, while I was doing my vacation, and my father-in-law, he has this gadget that you put in the arm, like, to test the blood pressure. And my wife was like, oh, can we try it on to Dylan's arm, and just to check, because I remember I've always been diagnosed with like borderline high blood pressure. So when they did try it on me, it was like 160 over 120, which is like really high. And we had like family members who are like nurses, and when they saw that, they were like looking at each other, and the first thing they did to me is like, because it's those kinds of pressure that they're like the dangerous kind, as they say. Especially for me, I was overweight, not really overweight, but morbidly obese. So that got everybody really concerned. So the very first thing that we did when I got home here in Australia was to see our doctor, and the doctor said, basically, he did ask me the question like, do you know anybody who's obese and who gets to live 60 years old and get to live to tell all about it? Like, he's like, then I was thinking, and no, I don't know anybody who's lived like a heavy life, like really fat, like a morbidly obese fat, gets to live. Like, I actually know somebody. He's now in his 70s, but he was lucky because he survived 2 strokes and a heart attack. And I don't want to be in that position, especially for my age. Yeah, that really got me thinking, and said I really gotta focus more into my health. So right after that, I've been following a very strict temporary diet regimen, which my doctor recommended to me, which is like the 5-2 diet, wherein 2 days in a week you just take in like a fraction of your daily calorie intake, which for me is like 600, and the rest of the day is like your usual regular, as long as it's in a caloric deficit. So I dialed mine into like 2100, So the goal is within 6 months I should be somewhere in the 80s. I've already lost somewhere around more than 6 kilos, but this week it's like a plateau, which sometimes it's can be depressing or irritating, because I've gone through like a week already of fasting and that needle hasn't moved. So I'll have to wait for another week. But anyway, so that's the update with me. And I was like thinking when I heard about that, I'm undergoing medication, and yeah, I realized that what good is a CCIE certification if any moment I can get a stroke, right? And I won't get to enjoy the benefits of having the cert. But nonetheless, so I am still going to take the lab exam. I booked it somewhere. Well, if you have been following my channel, I passed my written exam back in January of last year, 2016, and I have, according to Cisco, you only have like within 18 months to make your first attempt. So that would make like up until June to at least do my first attempt, which I think I still have time. It's just that since December I've been really focusing hard and getting into this new lifestyle of getting fit and getting into my goal weight. So once I'm in that range, to be honest with you, I'm still in the obese range, and I still have more likely like 3 to 4 kilos before I can just at least reach the overweight range. So that's what I'm working on right now. But still, I'm still keeping on track both on my weight and my CCIE studies, trying to get myself back on track bit by bit. Okay, so another topic that I would also like to discuss is about, since it's January, it's a time for New Year's resolution, and people have been telling me, like, because they didn't really know what actually happened, they noticed I've been losing some weight, like my face it's a bit smaller, well, not really small, but it has changed a bit. Some of us, like I remember at work, whenever I would tell the guys, hey, when are you taking your certification? Or I've been hearing some talks like over Christmas parties, like, I think I'm gonna study, or like I know some people who are like an exam away from finishing their MCSE, or they're thinking of getting their CCNT or their CCNA. And one of the most common thing that I would normally hear them say is like, oh, I'm gonna wait it out right after the holiday, or right out once the beginning of the year, as if it sounded like a resolution. Now, I think that's a good thing, but just like any New Year's resolution, like going to the gym more often or eating healthy, you get into that pitfall of if something happens along the way, if life hits you, kind of like what happened to me, or if something derails you, you have this intention of, oops, I don't think it's gonna happen this January, I can try again next year. So I think that's one of the main, and I've been noticing that to a lot of people, that's one of the main reasons, I guess, why people don't get to go for their cert, is because they always find a reason not to do it, or if something just delays them, or they get this starting point as if like January 1 or first week of January I'm gonna start studying. I think the best way to start would be now. Do not wait, or don't give like condition as if like, oh, it's the 1st of January, or I think I'm just gonna study if I already know some basics about networking, or I'm only going to take the cert if the ifs, like if I'll have the time, or if you gotta make time to study, or if I have the budget for the router. You don't really need a gear, especially if you're just taking CCENT. You'll be fine with Packet Tracer or GNS3, although I would prefer GNS3. So don't wait, don't have ifs, just do it now, or else you'll end up with the other if, which is like, what if I took that last month, or what if I just started 6 months ago? You have to remember, somebody else, maybe in your workplace or your classmate or a friend of yours, is probably starting, and while you're still there partying, some people are working their butts off. And don't question why all of a sudden, like, how come this person right here got promoted, or he knows more than I do. It's just because they're probably spending more time working with gear and sharpening their skills. So that's my tip for today, and again, that's my CCIE update for you, and hope to hear from you guys. So see you again. Give a like and subscribe. If you have any questions, just leave a comment below. Thanks guys, until next time.